Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to One for All is Love, the Daily Dose with Sonya Spirit, and I am Sonya Spirit. Okay, today's Daily Dose discussion is the human condition or human conditions. But anyway, the human condition. Um, so, and today's theme song is ooh, don't you worry about a Don't you worry about a ooh, ooh. Don't you worry about a thing. So that is John Legend's version of Stevie Wonder. Don't you worry about a thing. That is our theme song. Okay. In the negative expression, don't you worry about a thing. Okay. And the reason why. So yesterday I posted, several documentaries on Facebook, and one perspective is it is very negative or fear promoting, because it really talks about like things that are taking place in the world today, but it wasn't meant to scare you. It's so that you can focus on what's really important. Yes, there are isms in the world, and racism, sexism, classism. And the thing is, they're all stemmed from ignorance and insecurity, okay, from the other person, okay, not from you. But yet we still personalize this because it's a part of a system that, for the most part, perpetuates it. But fear not. Don't concern yourself with that. As an individual, don't concern yourself with that. Okay. And I know that sounds, Pollyanna, pie in the sky, but that's exactly where we begin when we want to make some changes. All changes begin with us. So the first thing we have to do is not buy into the fear of the different human conditions that are currently present. One was on isms, another one was on eugenics, and basically, sterilization. And these are things that have actually happened and continue to take place. Okay. Sterilization continues to take place. I know this for a fact. Okay. Just because of some of the work that I've done recently. So it still continues to take place. No, I'm not. We weren't a part of the sterilizations. But anyway, uh, just being aware of the information. Sorry, got sidetracked. Okay, so let's get focused again. The purpose of all this is so that we understand that regardless of the human condition, the starvation, the differences between the haves and the have-nots, um, you know, financial crisis, the pandemic, there is going to be something. And for the most part, I keep posting that it's going to get worse because it's accelerating. Okay. But from a spiritual perspective, this is not doom and gloom. Okay, that's what I'm trying to communicate. This is not doom and gloom. However, it is signs. Okay, these are messages that we need to get our spiritual house in order. And that's what I keep iterating. Don't be afraid of what we see or even what we experience. Okay. Remember, God doesn't give you anything that you can't handle. Okay. And if another cliche, if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. But this is so important. I know there are, lines or just words, but you have to embody the energy of these words. You have to integrate the energy of these words, because it's all about faith over fear. From a spiritual perspective, the pandemic is not, you're not, for lack of a better word, you're not overly concerned, not the way the news promotes it. From a spiritual perspective, you understand the purpose, or at least one aspect of the purpose, because we truly don't know everything. And even if it was made in a lab and released on the masses for population control, if it is occurring, okay, it's supposed to occur. Okay, now that's not to say that everything is set in stone and we live in a deterministic or fatalistic environment or sphere. That's not the case. Everything is subject to change. We live in what I call more like a dynamic, okay, just because I don't fully understand quantum physics, but a dynamic world in which it is always subject to change based on the choices that people make. We are all interconnected. Okay, but I don't want to harp on that part. I just want us to stay focused, not to have any fear over what we see or what we experience. Okay, we have, and I'll speak more on this later today in my hour-long podcast, One for All is Love, on Heart Over Ego Radio. And it'll be broadcasted today at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, 6 a.m. Pacific. Anyway, but we have energy centers in our body, whether you study Reiki or some other form. There are any energy centers in our body that we have authority over, but if we don't control it, someone else will, because energy is influenced by other energy. That's just the way it is. And it's also influenced by other energy, which includes thoughts and feelings. Okay, that's why we need to be mindful of our thoughts and feelings, because that is the energy that we emit out into the collective consciousness and into the world. So, okay, another thing that I kind of want to touch on is I know we have the ability to create, okay? And I've said many times before that me personally, I'm past the desire for self. I want a nice house, I want a nice car, I want, lots of money, I want to be able to travel the world. All that's well and good. It really is. All of that is well and good, on an individual level. But then when you start, when you submit your will for a higher purpose, when you say, God, I am here to serve, use me as you will, then, the biggest, prettiest house and all the fancy clothes, all the outward, okay, presentation, really, because you're just doing it for other people. You're not really doing it for yourself. And if you think you are doing it for yourself because it makes you feel good, then you have to kind of evaluate again, what's really relevant. And I'm saying that because that's a introspective thing. I'm not judging, but because everything goes in cycles and waves. So, excuse me. So once you realize, hey, I am a creator and I can make anything that I want. And of course, the first thing you want to do is create and start manifesting and see how it works and how it happens and make it stronger. And then you think about, is this the best use of this gift? And that's what it really comes down to. Is this the best use of this gift, this God-given gift to create and affect the planet, affect the energetic aura? Okay, I'm having an emotional moment. All right, so I will elaborate more. The whole purpose is have no fear. Faith and harmony is here. Okay. Regardless of the human condition that you see or experience in the world, just understand that it serves a purpose. Have no fear. Okay. From a spiritual perspective, it serves a purpose, and the purpose is a benefit. Remember, God, universe, energy, solar logos is both dynamic and orderly. Okay, so everything fits into this system to reharmonize all energy. And we are individuated spirits, individuated energy, like cells in our body. That's what we are as far as energy cells to God. Okay, more at 9 a.m. on the podcast. Join me then. Thank you for your time and attention. I love you, and have a blessed Sunday.